Okay, Professor Bear here again. Professor Nina just sent me some portfolio pieces from people who took the branding and AI class in the spring. So I'm going to take a look at it. I think Senate has, being a data engineer, has some web design background, but I don't know. Whether you do or not, you don't need to. But this is the kind of portfolio pieces we expect for resumes. If you don't have the skills to do these little animations and things like that, we'll teach them to you. What we don't do is overly, like, say, use green or use blue or use this or use that. We want your personality to shine through. That's nice. I like that little thing there. So that's kind of fun, right? That's a fun little cartoony thing, and there's a real thing. So this is nice. The resume is right here. So you want the important stuff easy to find. So this looks pretty nice. Few projects. Projects are critical. Portfolio, portfolio, portfolio. Want to make it super easy for people to find your work. So here's the projects. If we go to a project, and it texts about what it is, view all projects, turn it up. So this is Narshima's design. I personally like this feel. So this gold, black, simple thing. Did a couple things. One is his portfolio, and then has like a brand explorer thing somewhere, somewhere here. So he also, because in the course, Nina teaches that it's a journey. It's a brand journey. It's your journey. So you want to tell your story when you're trying to get a job. Otherwise, you're just another name. I'm Joe Schmo. I know React. I know this. I know that. You want to tell your story. It adds a human element to who you are, your struggles and your accomplishments. You want to convey that, and he's doing it here. He's telling a story. And what this says, the first thing this website says, is he gives a shit about what he does. Because if your web page, you might like this, you might not like that stuff, but he clearly spent time on this and thought about this. Same with Shrija. Shrija spent some time on this and thought about this. These are all different personal things. She has a little thing here about me and da da da. She's making it. She's emphasizing the fact that she's a developer by putting the stuff in code. That's a personal thing. But all of them here, it says they spent some time on their portfolio. If you were not going to spend any time in your portfolio, why would you spend any time on a job? So, just having a resume which looked like ChatGPT created in 3 minutes is not going to help you. She makes it easy to contact her, makes it easy to find important links like LinkedIn and GitHub. We took a look at her GitHub here. READMEs. I don't know how many times students send me their GitHub, and there's no explanation of what I'm looking at. None. Don't put it up. Don't make it public if you don't have a README explaining, well, what is this thing about? So here's his son at LinkedIn. I don't know if he's graduated yet, but if not, I would reach out to him if you're interested in a great person for a job. Same with Narashima. I think his LinkedIn is here somewhere. Should be on website here. So here's his LinkedIn. Now, beside his LinkedIn is synced with everything else. Same script, same color, same everything. He's, you may not like the dark, you may like the dark. but he spent some time thinking about it. I don't know how many times I've seen things where people looks like they spent 3 minutes in ChatGPT to make their resume and make their portfolio. That's a big pass from 98% of the people who might give you a job. Here is, just make sure we catch everyone. So here's Shreyas's website. I guess LinkedIn. Has 13,000 followers. Wow. More than me, I think. Makes it easy to reach out. I guess I can't verify that because only I can see my followers. He has a lot of mutual connections, 518. So maybe he has way more than 15,000 now. But this is sort of an example of just what you're going to, most of these people did not really have a portfolio coming into the class. Certainly, most of them did not have a website. And so what you're going to do is you're going to build it. You're going to be you when you build it. As you can see from the differences from Sanat to Shrija to Narashima, all these people have different personalities, which you want your personality to come out when you for a job, because that's a bit part of you're going to work with a human being. So they want to know who they're going to work with. But this is what you, and what I would recommend doing is messaging Sonnet and asking him about the class. Messaging Narashima or give him a job if he's looking for a job. Same thing with Sonnet. Same thing with Shrija. Same thing with Shreyas. Same thing with Swampika. And this is part of her website portfolio there. So ask them about the class. But all of them now, I don't remember who had portfolio websites coming in the class. I think it was less than 5% of the class. So that's part of what you're going to do is personal branding. What you're expected to have at the end of the class is something like this or something like this. And this will depend on your personality. Again, do not worry about the tech. We will teach you the tech. If you've never built a website, no worries. So I just following up the other video with some examples of, so this is Swampika's AI alchemy, thing that she's doing, her portfolio, what she's done, various projects, view the project. Didn't pop out for me, but her resume and all the rest of it. So that's just an example of sort of at the end of the class, you should have, something like this, along with you are also going to build some agents and do things. But do not worry if you're a project manager and you're not, haven't had a lot of tech. I think maybe a third of the class were from a project management degree. They were not, machine learning engineers. Some were, but many were. Okay, that's it. Like, share, subscribe thing. But this is for fall Professor Nina Harris's branding and AI class in the fall.